problem with me. So now I'm going to give them a problem.
This is so true. You have to watch out for this. When your family members see you changing, I don't know, it really triggers something in them. It makes them feel like, I don't know. I can't describe what it makes them feel, but I will tell you this. They are going to try to trigger you to see if it's almost like they want you to react. So, funny thing is, your family may say, "Oh my gosh, you take everything so seriously. Like, you just really are so sensitive and, you just can't take a joke." Fine. So you spend years trying to be less sensitive and not be so, not take things so personal. And so you spend years trying to do that. You finally accomplish that around them because nobody else had that issue with you, just them. So you spend all of this time and you're like, okay, now I've mastered myself. I mastered that critical thing that you said you had a problem with, me being so sensitive. So now I'm not as sensitive anymore. Whole time, you were never sensitive. They were trying to trigger you. Like back then, when they were saying that you were sensitive, you were never sensitive. They were purposely, whatever issue that they have within themselves, they were purposely trying to trigger you, trying to upset you. It's like they got a kick or a high out of upsetting you. I don't know. It just made them feel better, right? And this is real talk. This is not, I'm not saying just talking out my ass. This is real talk. So they'll trigger you. So now you've worked on that around them. Because like I said, nobody else had the issue. So now when they try to trigger you and you don't get triggered, they keep going and keep going and keep going and trying to, like, they go further and further and deeper, trying to trigger you. And they're curious, like, why the hell? Usually when I say something about her weight, or usually when I say something about her being late, or usually when I say something about, I don't know, her car or her house or whatever, or the way she parents her kids, she usually gets upset. She's not getting upset. So that triggers them also. So they will do either one or two things. A, they will keep going and finally get you triggered. And then now you're out of character, and now you are turning up and they feel satisfied. Or you don't react to it in the way that you used to, and they'll say, "Oh, you're heartless, you're cold-hearted, you just don't care." And it's just like, these people are crazy. Please get away from these people. I know some people are promoting no contact, and I wholeheartedly agree with no contact, but it's not for everybody. Everybody's situation is different, and you have to do what's best for your family. You have to do what makes sense for, your situation and your life. I think if you can go no contact, it's a double-edged sword. Because on one end, you will be grieving the loss of your family and your loved ones, but you will be better in other places, and you'll open up space and time and energy for people who actually care about you and people who can actually see you. And we're not saying, I think some people are unrealistic, right? If you cut off 50 family members, all your cousins and your aunts and your grandma and everybody, you're not going to replace it with 50 people. And I think that's where people mess up. You don't need 50 people dragging you down and holding you to a higher standard than they hold themselves, and drama and chaos. You need 4 or 5 solid people that is going to be in your corner, and that's going to help you, and that's going to support you, and that's going to see you and actually like you for who you truly are and love you for who you truly are. You don't need to replace the 50 people with another 50 people. And I think that's where people misunderstand the whole no contact. We don't need all of that. We were born into that, so we automatically were born into knowing 50 toxic people. Don't think that you have to replace all of them. 5 solids is better than 50, toxic people. But yeah, they are going to try to trigger you for the rest of your life unless they do the work. If they do the work, 9 times out of 10, they're going to get ghost themselves because they're going to see how toxic the whole system is. Just saying.